5 predictions on WebRTC for 2025. Let's start with the first one. And this one is going to be about libWebRTC and the future of WebRTC in many ways. What we are going to see is more of the same. We're going to see WebRTC still in maintenance mode. Google is still going to invest the minimal must in it and nothing more. Things that might change that, 2 main scenarios. The first one is an external group, not Google, going to come in and replace Google in many of the work that is needed there. Google is going to approve of that and also contribute to that as well. Is that going to happen? Mostly my wishful thinking. The second alternative is that the developers are going to move elsewhere. They're going to take their focus from WebRTC to other technologies. These can be LLMs and generative AIs, but it's mostly going to be WebTransport and Media over Quick, MoQ. Why? Because that's where the new shiny toy is now. This brings me to our second prediction, generative AI. We are going to see more of that in 2025. We're going to see companies trying to take generative AI and WebRTC, fusing them together. In many cases, that's going to mean focusing on reducing the latency in generative AI use cases. Why? Because we want these use cases to be a lot more natural and interactive. We are also going to see most of that taking place on voice, not yet on video. Our third prediction is about audio and video codecs and the fact that there is going to be a change. For many years now, most of the solutions out there were using VP8 and H.264. This year, we're going to see more migration done from VP8 to VP9, and maybe from H.264 to HEVC in some cases where HEVC is available. We are also going to see more companies using AV1, the next generation video codec. This isn't going to be for all use cases, it's not going to be in all scenarios, but we are going to see it in production a lot more. In voice codecs, there are 3 different scenarios that can happen. The first one, we're going to see more of the same. Opus is going to be used everywhere, and that's about it. A bit boring. The second alternative is going to be that AI codecs are going to be introduced to solutions. We've got WebEx with their own AI voice that is coming into play, at least on native applications. Then we have Lyra from Google and Satin from Microsoft. Then we have other vendors with their own AI codecs coming out there. But this is going to be proprietary and a closed solution for specific scenarios. The third option, which is the most interesting one, is that libOpus 1.5 or a future version is going to be adopted by the industry and by libWebRTC. This is an AI codec which has its own mechanisms for further correction that are AI-based. And that's going to be exciting. The only problem, it is too big to fit in browsers today, and that's a shame. In our fourth prediction, we have WebTransport and MoQ, Media over Quick. These aren't going to happen yet. Yes, we might see developers going and trying to play with that and tinker with it a bit, but we are not going to see it in production, not yet. Last year I thought that it's going to happen this year. This year I think that it's not going to happen next year. Why? Because it is too early. I was a bit too enthusiastic about it last year. So we're going to wait for it. It is coming, but in the future, not in 2025. My fifth prediction is going to be about M&A and shutdowns, merger and acquisitions and shutdowns. Sadly, we're going to be in the same position that we've been last year. What does it mean? Well, it means that it's more of the same. We're going to see companies shutting down or silently being acquired out of the market. And we're going to be in a place where the market is unstable. It is still going to be a market of buyers. Companies can go and find very good experience out there with WebRTC that is available for hiring. That's all from our 2025 predictions. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have something to say, leave it in the comments somewhere around me. And see you in my next year predictions as well. Bye.